Hello, everybody. It's John Johnston, Coordination, here for a preview and prediction. 2021 Nebraska versus Ohio State. It's November. It's time to be a little festive. You know how we every game this season, somebody has said something about the fact that this is the most important game in Scott Frost's tenure? Well, here we are again. 3-6 with 3 games left. I'd say this is the most important game of Scott Frost's tenure. Because you have to do something in these next 3 games to show that there is actual progress. You can't finish this season 3-9 and remain as the head football coach of Nebraska football. Or I guess you could, but then it'd be a terrible offseason, and absolutely nobody would be interested in going to the games next season until they see how the team actually is. I don't want that. I don't think most of you want that either. I want us to win. I want us to see us. Everybody pretty much penciled this game in as a loss because that's what Ohio State is to the entire Big Ten. That doesn't mean that we have to lay down and die. It should be competitive. Maybe we could pull off an upset. But Iowa and Wisconsin left, those can be wins. And if those are wins, maybe Frost saves his job. If they're losses, no. Ohio State, what do we know about Ohio State? Well, I did the interview with Ramsey on the Monday Night Live interview. I hope you watched that. We know that they have a young secondary. They're a young team, kind of. They have C.J. Stroud, freshman quarterback. They have a young secondary, which is particularly what I'm concerned about. Their linebackers have shown that they can give up pass protection problem or pass coverage problems. But overall, they're an explosion of depth and offense. So what do we need to do to win this game? I'd say that we need to come out swinging. Nebraska needs to come out like they did against Northwestern. They need something big to happen, and they need something good to happen right away on offense. If they start out like they did against Minnesota, where they go 3 and out and then let Minnesota come down the field and score, that game was over right then. Whereas against Northwestern, we just exploded and killed them. And we're not going to kill Ohio State, but we need good things to happen to keep going. I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. This team has a problem in which when bad things happen, they tend to get down on themselves and they can't forget it and go on to the next play. And I think we saw that against Purdue, where they just, 4 turnovers and they were just done. They couldn't come back from that anymore. And if I had to be honest, I think that watching the Purdue game, I think something broke in the third quarter. I literally broke, guys on the field just said, I can't do this anymore. And I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope I'm wrong a lot. I recently celebrated a wedding anniversary. For 32 years, every day I've woke up wrong. It's okay to be wrong. I'd rather be wrong in this case. I'd rather Scott Frost pulled this out because he's our favorite son. He's one of our own. Supposed to be a savior. Be nice to get 3 wins in a row. Do I think that'll happen? No, I don't. Like I said, I think something broke. Are we going to... That's key for this game. Is Nebraska going to be competitive? Is Nebraska going to play hard? Well, I think when you got guys like JoJo Domann on your team, you're probably going to see a lot of that for at least 1 or 2 quarters. And again, it's going to be about what happens on the offense. Here's some interesting bits about Nebraska's offense. We are 54th nationally in scoring. We are 8th nationally in red zone opportunities, the top of the Big Ten. We have 42 of them. We are 16th in total offense. All of that actually sounds not terrible, but then you get to the last one where we're 98th in red zone conversions. In other words, do we actually score in the red zone? 98th. You go from the top of the Big Ten in happen opportunities, which means your offense goes down the field really well. They hit the red zone, and it's like hitting a big wall. I have no idea why we get into the red zone and we become scared children. afraid we're going to do something wrong and turn the ball over. It, honest to God, comes down to our offense operates fairly decently until it comes to scoring. And I can make a lot of jokes about Viagra here. You can make them yourself. Go ahead and put them in the comment section. Maybe on the Monday Night Live thing, I'll read some of them or something. But that's the problem. This has been this constant, one-score game. You got to do the little things. Yeah, like score, maybe that would be just slightly little there. What do I think is going to happen in this game? I would love to say that I think Nebraska is going to play really hard all the game. But I don't think it's true. I think we're broken and we're not coming back from this. I'd give a prediction of like 56-10. I don't expect us to do much. Ohio State is just overwhelming. They have probably the best receiving core in the nation, certainly the best in the Big Ten. They have a sensational running back. C.J. Stroud, their freshman quarterback, seems to have figured out his problems. Their defense is a little weak, but we can't score. What's the point? So I'm expecting a kind of a blowout and us to be even more angry than we've been in the previous weeks. Which, before I go, I want to bring up something. I try to pay attention to social media. I try to have my finger on the pulse of Husker Nation. But I've seen people post this stuff about being a true fan again. And I think that this came up when Mike Riley was set to be canned, or maybe it was Bo Pelini. I don't know. But this true fan stuff, you're not a true fan. You're not a better Nebraska fan because you've been to games since 1963. Okay? You've just been alive longer. You're not a better fan because you don't leave. You're not a better fan because you don't boo. You're not a better fan because you support Scott Frost. All that stuff is bullshit. All you're trying to do is make yourself feel better and put yourself above other Nebraskans. I mean, honestly, guys that come in here and read this stuff and see Nebraska fans ripping each other apart in social media have to just enjoy the hell out of it. Because I do when I look at other fan bases doing this. All right? The thing is we're going to find out if Scott Frost is going to survive. If we're going to have a football team that's, going to win some more games this season. We can let it play out. We don't have to beat each other over the head unless you just have a perverse enjoyment in doing that. And I hope that Scott Frost does pull this out. I hope we do win games. I hope we beat Iowa. I hope we beat Wisconsin. I hope we beat Ohio State. I don't think we're going to. But I still think that we want to wish the best for everybody because losing sucks. So, Nebraska versus Ohio State, the 11 a.m. game. It's going to be one of the big games on TV. Why? Because people will watch Nebraska. We're not irrelevant yet. Gobs of people will watch this game, at least for a little while, to see if we're competitive. I think that's it for now. Hope you're doing well. Go Big Red.